Hey Troop Nation, welcome back. It's Tiffany-Nicole. That's Tiffany. Don't forget the Nicole. Okay. Do you ever wonder how I get my photos to look like this or like this? Stay tuned. I got something to show you. Welcome back to my channel. I thank you so much for returning here. I mean, because where else would you be? All right. Today I've got a good one for you. You ever want to take pictures and you're like, oh, I don't have a photographer. I want to post on social media. I don't have any ideas. Or I can't go here. I can't pay for a studio. Like a bunch of excuses. Well, this is your time to learn how to take photos yourself using your phone. I'm going to run through the steps and then show you how I take my photos. Okay, tip number one is to make sure that you have battery life. So when I was recording my DIY hair removal video, if you haven't seen that, please click it right here. When I was recording this one, the camera shut off when my girl Ebony Reese was removing hair under my arms, and I was just like, oh, that's the footage that we needed. We didn't even realize that the camera cut off. The battery died. So make sure you have a good battery life. We did not record that day on a phone camera. The rules apply for both, especially when you're recording yourself, because you don't know if it's still recording. If your phone is facing you, not selfie way, but facing you as if you're going to take a photo of something, picture being on the other side, you can't see what you look like on the other side. You also can't see if you're actually getting the photo or if you're getting in the recording or whatever. So just make sure that you have battery life before you think that you're taking photos that you're really not, okay? Tip number two, make sure that you have a good light, whether it's daylight like I have here for my windows. I love the daylight. I love that natural light. I don't have anything extra on me right now. No ring lights, no soft boxes or anything like that. Make sure that you have good lighting. Lighting will make or break a photo. Okay, so what I used when I took my photos that you're about to see, I used my ring light and my soft box. I used one soft box because when I ordered two of them as a set, they did come, but one of the light bulbs did not work. So I was only able to use one, but it still works out fine, and I've been doing just fine with it, but I am still waiting to hear back from the manufacturer. Okay, so yes, lighting. Lighting is very important, okay? Right? How's my light? Is my light good? I think my light is good, right? Tip number three, clean your lens. So whether you're using the selfie side of the camera or the opposite side, you want to make sure that it is smudge free. There are a lot of times where I take my photos and after taking them, I look and I see like fingerprints on them and I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize that was there the whole time. So although I thought my picture was clear, it could have been clearer. So just make sure you give it a good wipe, clean it off properly, and then you can get ready to take your photos. Number four, I prefer to use a tripod. Now, prior to getting a tripod, I was like propping up my phone on top of things, sitting it up on whatever can work, a windowsill, a counter, on top of books, whatever works. You're gonna do whatever works. But if you can, I would say invest in a tripod. You'll probably find one for like $20, and that way you're able to position it, keep it still, look at it, just boom, boom, boom. Nothing is sliding, it's staying in place. You can move around and feel comfortable. So I would say a tripod is a good idea. You don't necessarily need one, but a tripod definitely comes in handy. Tip number five, I personally prefer to use a remote. My selfie tripod came with a remote clicker, as well as my ring light. That also came with a remote clicker. They're connected by Bluetooth, so all you would have to do is just swipe on your Bluetooth and connect that device to your phone, and you can just click it while you're posing. You're just clicking it. The only downside to that is that you want to make sure that you're not really showing that in your images, so you gotta try to like hide it and be subtle while you're taking those photos. I also heard that if you have the Apple EarPods, you can click it using the volume button. I think it's up, but check that out. I think that you can do the same thing with the AirPods. Hey, we're getting innovative here. Tip number 6, I would say to grab inspiration, whether it's from another YouTuber, someone you saw on social media, Facebook, Instagram, magazines. Typically when I like to take photos, especially when I have a photo shoot, I can just skim through magazines and say, ooh, I'm feeling that pose, I'm feeling that vibe. Let me try to emulate this or try to bring this out. Obviously in your own way. It's good to have some sort of inspiration and go in and just feel pumped and ready to get your shots, because once you jump in there, especially if you're doing this for the first time, it might feel a little bit weird. You're just like, oh, what should I do? But test it out, even look in the mirror, see how you're looking, practice your poses, and then you'll be good to go. That way you're not using up too much memory and you're not using up too much battery life. So just try to get ready before you start taking your photos. After you take your photos, you can look at them and see how you look with the angles, how the outfit looks on you, and that way you'll know what works and what doesn't work. Number 7, you do have a couple of options when you're using your phone, especially if you have a phone that has the selfie camera, the front camera, and the back camera. I like to use both, but I think that it's very helpful when you have the front camera, so that way you can see yourself on the screen while you're taking these photos and snapping. Like, you can just look at yourself while you're taking it. And also try your best to look at the lens while you're taking these images. I know that's a little bit hard if you want to look at yourself and make sure I'm in frame the whole time, but try to look at the lens. But if not, it's really not that big of a deal, because depending on how close you are, you can see that I'm looking at you right now in the lens, but looking elsewhere, like, you know, so you can just tell that there's a little bit of a difference there. But it's really not a big deal, especially if you're doing it from far. It still looks like you're getting the shot. Regardless, it really just depends on how you prefer to look at your image. Practice the selfie camera and practice the other side. I think that the quality is better when it's on the other side instead of the front facing camera. The quality does seem to be a little bit more richer, but again, it's all on what you want it to look like. Just note that when you do it the other way, you can't see yourself. So you'll just have to be ready, practice your poses, and just keep looking to see, like, am I in frame? You know, all that type of stuff. Number 8, make sure you have your hair, makeup, outfit all done and selected. It all depends on what you're doing for this. Maybe you don't want makeup on. Maybe you don't want to do some fancy hair or whatever. Just make sure you look presentable enough to your liking, so that way when it comes down to editing, you don't have that much to edit. Your skin looks flawless, your makeup is done, your hair is done. It's not too much to do. I mean, why not just get it all done? You know, test your outfit out. Make sure that you like the way you look in your outfit, the way it's fitting you. Make sure that this outfit works for you. This hairstyle works for you. This makeup looks for you in the light that you're choosing on this camera. So you have a lot to work with, but I would just say just come ready with all of that, so that when it's time to take photos, you're good to go and you don't really have much work to do after that. With all of that done and you come ready, it's gonna look like you had a whole photo shoot. You'll have people asking you, oh, who did your pictures? Who took your pictures? Where did you get that done at? You did that. Yes, you did that. You took those photos. Give yourself some credit. Pat yourself on the back, okay? Number 9, the editing process. Like I said, once you're done with your hair and makeup and you come through and everything is put together, the editing process should be very smooth. I prefer to use apps like Facetune. There's a regular Facetune and there's Facetune 2. Some people use Photoshop. Those are just a couple, just in case you didn't know of any. From that, you can just do a little bit of tweaking here. Now, I'm not saying to change your body. She had a small butt this day and boom, boom, now she got balloons back there, or boom, like boom, boom. Where did that makeup come from? Like, I'm not saying to overdo it using these apps. You want to look as natural as possible. I'm saying getting rid of flyaways on your hair, adding a little glow to your skin, getting rid of blemishes, little things like that, wrinkles in your clothing, background. If there's anything in the background that's distracting, trying to blur that out or spot that out. That's what the editing apps are for. You can do a whole bunch of other stuff with it if that's your thing, but I'm just saying, if you just come to the table, hair, makeup, and everything ready, you don't really have to edit much. Tip number 10, this is my most important tip, is to have fun. I think that once you are in the vibe and you're having a good time, that energy exudes through the camera, especially when you're doing the happy poses, you know, the ha 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 ha. I'm good for those. My jewels, my girls, oh yeah, gotta meet my girls, but my girls, my Phoenix jewels, they will tell you, and we're all like this, we're good for the happy photos, the laughing, the You can definitely do the serious poses too. You know, like You know how you smize and squint and all that? But still be in a good mood, okay? No matter what, you can see that I'm still in a good mood with those poses. So it also helps if you want, throw some music on, whatever your vibe is. Make sure you're not hungry, okay? Because when I'm hungry, I get hangry, honey. I get hungry and angry at the same time. So make sure you're feeling good, you're already looking good. It's gonna be a good shoot, it's gonna be a good day. Let me show you, check it out. All right, y'all, so check this out. I have my ring light here, and I have a softbox. Now, I have 2 of these, but one of them, the light bulb stopped working, and I'm waiting for the manufacturer to get back to me because I need that replaced. We're just gonna have to do what we do. There's not much daylight coming through into this area, so I have these lights here. There we go. That's just with the softbox. Ring light. Okay, I'll put my phone right here on this part. I know I look a little crazy right now. Just setting up, guys. Any of you have the remote thingy that came with your ring light? I definitely take advantage of this. So I have my phone. Place it here. Selfie camera looks pretty decent. I could probably get some looks in this. Let's see. There are 2 buttons here, one for Android and one for iOS. So you go to your Bluetooth. I'm just gonna screen share for you guys real quick. You go to your Bluetooth, turn it on, and just make sure you're connected to your shutter, which should be connecting. And make sure that the light is turned on as well. On this side, the light will turn on. It says connected. Now, if I press this button, it'll take a photo. Okay? I'm gonna try and hide the little remote here. Move back a little bit. Move over a little bit. So I see that a lot of flyaways in this hair, so I'll just like edit that out. Let me go put some earrings on. How about that? How did I not put earrings on? All right, we're back. Something a little subtle, you know, nothing crazy. All right, so we're gonna get back to it. Trying to get like my shoulder in the frame and all that. Now you can't underestimate the selfie mode. Selfie mode is good, and it's not called selfie mode, but it's just where it's facing you. Selfie mode. Now we're gonna try portrait mode. Let's try that and see how that works out. Now portrait mode is good, but you know, if you don't want the background blurred out, then you shouldn't use that. So just be careful with that. You know, even not just background, sometimes what you're wearing gets blurred out. So if you want detail on that, I wouldn't do portrait, but let's try that. See, like some of my hair is blurred out. Shout out to this VEET, honey. VEET to the gods, okay? And look at these locks, honey. I did them myself. I'll probably do a YouTube tutorial on how I did these locks. Y'all want to see it? Just let me know in the comments below, and I'll probably do that, okay? And these locks are a month old now. About a month and a day. Now, selfie mode is not always the best, but it allows you to see yourself and you can practice your looks and everything like that. I feel like you waste less time when you have the camera facing you so that you can see what you're doing. I mean, the other way, it's better. You get better quality images, but this is just as fine as well. So, take advantage of it. I'm trying to show a little clean. It's always easier when you can see yourself taking a photo. Like, I take pictures in front of hundreds of photographers, but it's so much easier when you can see what you're doing and the work that you're actually putting in. So, let's see. It's saying I should move closer in portrait mode, and I'm still gonna do this. Notice how I tried to hide the remote? And it's just that simple, guys. It is also great practice time for you. Practice your photos, practice your poses, and that way once you start flipping the camera or you get someone else to do it, you'll know what type of photos you want to take, what type of poses you want to do, what looks best with your body type and all that type of stuff, and what the outfit you're wearing. See how these are coming out? Not bad at all. Quality is not bad. Edit these. We'll be pretty good to go, okay? Like, look, this is not bad for iPhone camera. Now these, let's just go back to photo. Okay. And let me show you the difference in quality. I don't like my face there. Oh, and I don't like the quality either. Let me go back to portrait. Flip the camera around, okay? I'm gonna test it out. I just wanted to see the quality in these. Let's see what the quality is looking like. Not horrible. Actually much better than the other way. So we just might have to take some more. Let me wipe off my... I should have did that first, right? Here we go. Okay. It's always good to have playful photos. That's always your best friend. If you can't think of anything else, have some playful fun photos. I like to mix it up personally. Flirty or a little sexy, fun, laughing, all that type of stuff. A little subtle movements go a long way. Trust. at how these are looking. You guys can see it, but I can't. They're looking pretty darn good to me. I'll take a few more like this, and then we'll move on. Gotta suck that stomach in, y'all. Just because I'm stunning don't mean that I ain't got no little pouch. Depending on what I eat for the day, still gotta suck that stomach in, okay? Thank you all so much. I hope that these tips have helped you. I also hope that you enjoyed watching me take photos in my home, in my space. This is real life. This is what I really do, y'all, okay? There's no secrets here. So I do hope that this helped you, and if you think that this helps someone else, please feel free to share this video with anyone else. Leave a comment and let me know if you've tried any of these tips, if you plan to try any of these tips, or if you have some of your own techniques. I want to know. Share them. Let's talk about it. Also, let me know if you have any other ideas or any other questions for me that you would like for me to make a video on, and I'll check it out and I'll try to make a video for you. But yeah, I do hope that you enjoyed this video. I thank y'all so much for supporting me and just for taking your time out, just for being here. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you hated this video, please still give it a thumbs up and comment and subscribe, okay? And for those of you who have already subscribed, don't forget to hit that notification bell that's right next to the subscribe button to receive updates on all of my videos. As soon as I post them, you'll be the first to know. Thank you so much. And my Troop Nation, thank you all so much for your support. I love y'all, and we out.